There's an old myth in disc golf instructions that you have to rotate as fast as you can to make the disc fly as far as possible. There's a partial truth in it, but the rotation happens only at the release, at least if you watch the best distance thrower in the world.
Here we see Garrett Gurthie throwing big. First of all, I just want to point out that his motion is a down and up motion. Look how high he is here, and look how down he gets to throw the disc. All of the body weight going down towards the front foot. There is not much going on in the back foot here. Everything is going down at the front foot. Now, to keep closed, I think all the power Garrett has a lot to do with keeping closed. So the body is not opening. He's getting down on the front foot and letting the arm swing as fast as he can. Now, there are three factors, and they are the rear arm, the head, and the front foot. They all make him closed for as long as possible, because here we see the nose pointing backwards, the rear arm slamming behind his body, is not swinging it around him, and the front foot is still closed. Now, many of the big arms do open the foot quite early, and a lot earlier than Garrett, and they end up looking at the target, and the rear arm is going to the front of their body, but Garrett is keeping closed. At this point, the foot is still not open, it's still not moved, the rear arm is not in front of his body, and the nose is still pointing towards the back leg. And only now we see a little bit of opening in the body, because, well, your body has to open with the arm, but there is no 90-degree power pocket, not at all, not even close. And at the release point, the foot is still not open, the rear arm is slamming behind him, and the nose is just starting to point towards the target. So he's keeping everything closed for as long as possible, and that, I think, is the real secret behind Garrett Gurthie's power. He's not rotating everything open, quite the contrary, he's keeping everything closed.
The hardest part in being a disc golf instructor is to actually show the throw you're talking about. Of course, if I could throw like Garrett Gurthie, I would. But what Garrett is doing is keeping the front foot closed for as long as possible, and I think he's doing that by really keeping it closed. He's not letting it turn, he's keeping it closed, so pointing it a little bit backwards as he's throwing. The same thing with the nose. If he let his nose pointing towards the target too early, that means that his shoulders are also rotating open too early. So he's keeping the nose pointed backwards a little so that the shoulders stay closed for as long as possible. Only at the follow through or a little after the release, the shoulders will take his face like this and everything will rotate open. But that happens only after the power pocket. So keeping closed like this to really throw the disc forwards, not rotating but going linearly. And well, here goes. Not that bad actually, but certainly not the level of Garrett Gurthie.